Hi guys. Wanted to go over today's lesson here from my backyard. I'm going to be out today. I have doctor appointment, so I don't think I'm going to be back for any of the classes. So um, just wanted to go on here, give you a brief um, understanding, a brief lesson on what we're going to do today. A little worried that a couple things might be blocked, especially the YouTube video that I need to show you. So we'll give it a try. I'll try and summarize that YouTube video on here just in case it is blocked. Um, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we'll pick it up tomorrow, which would be Tuesday, um, and keep plugging along. Okay, today's lesson is going to be on interests. Okay, so we've talked about personality, we've talked about values, and the next part of it, the next couple of days, we want to talk about interests. Okay, interests are going to be a little bit different than your personality and your beliefs. Okay, personality and beliefs can help guide you to a career. Okay, you want to work in a way or in a position for a company that fits your personality, but then at the same time you want a situation where that company essentially has similar values to the way or to the things that you believe. Same with the position. Um, interest is a little bit different. Okay. um, I'm interested in a lot of things. Okay, I'm interested in baseball. Okay, uh, if I wanted to work in baseball, that would be very, very difficult outside of being a coach. Let's say I wanted to work for my favorite baseball team, which would be the Chicago Cubs. Well, yes, that's very interesting to me, but that would be very difficult. Um, seeing that one, I don't live in Chicago, and two, the positions within that organization are very difficult to come by. Um, it doesn't necessarily mean that I can't do something in baseball, but actually having that specific job might be very difficult. Okay, we might find that with video game design. Okay, you go and you want to be a video game designer. You go to college, you get your degree in that, and you set yourself up pretty nicely. But if you're interested only in, say, role-playing games, um, it might be difficult to break into that. You might need to start in something else that might not be of your interest. Um, that's where interest can be just a little bit of a more of a sticky situation. It helps you get into a right field. You're interested in medical. A lot of us are interested in nursing, and I've heard a couple of us say that we've got a specific area of nursing that we want to be. I can think of one student saying they wanted to work in a NICU unit. I always have trouble saying that. I have other people that tell me that they want to be a pediatric nurse. Yes, that is their interest. However, the goal is to become a nurse. You might not get into the position that you want in the field that you're interested in right off the bat. You might have to start off in, say, emergency room. You're an emergency room or an ER nurse. Maybe that's where you start. Um, we've got nurses right now that are on what you call the COVID floor at different hospitals. Okay, and I'm willing to bet that there's probably not a whole lot of nurses that are interested in that position. They're interested in nursing. Their personality and values fit in nursing, but maybe their interests might be in different departments, if that makes sense. So with that being said, that's a key component that you guys got to understand. Um, I have a student that was interested in occupational therapy. Awesome career. Um, maybe within that job scope, maybe physical therapy is kind of included in there, and maybe that's where you've got to start in order to work yourself into that position. Okay, so there's a lot of different things that go in with interests. Okay, we kind of want to gauge our interests here. It's important to know what our interests are. That does help guide us. But the one thing that we have to understand is that sometimes it takes us a little bit of time to get in the position that best fits our interests. Okay, that hopefully that makes sense. You know, one other I guess analogy or comparison that I can make might be in education. I know there's some people that want to be teachers. Um, you know, they want to be elementary school teachers, and we've talked in that class that when you go to college and you become certified to teach elementary, you're certified to teach pre-kindergarten to third grade. Um, your passion, your values, your personality has you fitting as a teacher. Maybe your interest might be kindergarten. That's what you're the most interested in. However, there might not be kindergarten jobs open. There might be first, second, and third grade jobs open that you may have to settle for to start. And then when a kindergarten job opens, hopefully put yourself in a position where you can slide into that. So I hope that makes sense. That's a little bit of what that YouTube video is kind of discussing. I really hope it's not blocked, but I have a bad feeling that it's going to be blocked. But I do want you to try and view it. And I'm going to kind of go over what I want you to do. Oh, I think I've got to change something here first. Sorry, bear with me. Sunday and I'm off my game a little bit here. Okay. You guys can't see that window, but it's blocking me from getting where I want to go. Okay. In our class, we are looking at Module 1 still. Maybe Module 1. And it's taken forever. Day 6 is what we're looking at, 9/21. So when you guys are watching this, you guys will see that it is it's Monday. Interest Day 1. Okay, so that's what we're kind of focusing on. Okay, this is the YouTube video that I'd like you to start with by watching. Again, typical 45-second, 1-minute video. It's going to talk a little bit about interests. I did try and play this on my computer and away from school here. Kind of have the same settings that you guys have, student computer, and it was blocked. So I hope it works. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay, we're going to start a fresh new document. Okay, in Google Docs. Okay, this time we're going to call this one interests, and I want you to label interests at the top. Okay, just like we have done with personality and values. The one thing that I do want to stress is more in particular for our online students. I only want you to turn the interest document in one time. We're going to do this for 2 days. Interest Day 1, Interest Day 2. We're going to put everything on one document, and then you're going to turn that document in when we're ready for it. Okay, I think our online learners are splitting this into 2 different documents, and you're not able to, and it's not really working. So we want to make sure that we have the one specific document. Okay. All right, so what we want to do after we create that document, number 3 here says Google and research how do interests impact your career. Okay, so I want you to do a Google search for that, and I want you to find out what that means. Okay, what do you find out there? Write me a few good sentences there on how interests impact your career. And then the next part, why should you consider interests when looking at careers? Okay, so again, write me a couple more sentences there. Write me a good paragraph between those 2 questions there that you go on Google and you find. Okay, kind of be specific, and in a way, I want you to relate that to your career interests that you have currently. So if you want to be a nurse, you know, maybe do a Google search here, but then relate that to how this impacts nursing, and relate this. Same thing. Okay, over here, number 4, it says on the board, write interests, discuss and write why pursuing your interests is important in career and why. Okay, we're just going to avoid that. We're not going to do that today. We'll talk about this one tomorrow when I'm actually back. Okay, so we'll do number 4 tomorrow. Tomorrow, I mean Tuesday. Number 5 here, it says write my next move, internal assessment on your Google Docs. So underneath your paragraphs, write this statement, okay, and then hit enter. And then you're going to go on and you're going to take this assessment. Okay. My next move. Okay. So when we take this, this is going to be very similar to a couple of the assessments that you've taken the past couple days. Okay. You're going to see our buttons here, which are kind of similar to what we've had with a prior assessment. And it does here say, try not to think about if you have enough education or training, do the work, or how much money you're going to make by doing the work. I want you to think about that. I just want you to flat out answer if you're interested in it or not. And again, it says here, there are no right or wrong answers. Take your time, read the questions. Again, you're going to see some of these questions that are similar to what they were on a prior test. Okay, these are kind of important questions that help gauge a lot of different components about ourselves, about finding ourselves. So, again, building kitchen cabinets. If that's something that you think you would be interested in, you would mark way over here on interest. Strongly like. If it's something you definitely don't want any part of, mark it over here. If you're somewhere in the middle, mark it. Okay. But you'll go through here. There's going to be some similar questions, and there's going to be some different questions. Okay. You can't just say you're disliking everything. Okay. There's going to be some things on here that you really, realistically, guys, you got to say that you at least might consider it. Okay. And then you take the test. Okay. And as you complete it, you're going to be given results. Okay, so in your Google document, says right here, after getting your results on your interest assessment, you will get the top 6 results, well, try that again, which are words: realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, conventional. Okay, some of those words might look familiar from what we've done in the past, okay, with our values. Write these words down and then write the numbers down next to each word. So you're going to get like a numeric value beside each one of these, or in each one of these categories here. I want you to write these words down in your Google document and then write your number down that you got for each one. Okay, then number 8, it says click on each of the 6 words to get more details. Write the numbers down next to each. I think I might have repeated myself there, guys. I'm sorry. We'll scratch this. I'll take that out of there. Then it says write down at least 2 important aspects about each of your interests. Okay, so you might need to do a little bit of searching on that. The report may give you some of that. And then it says here, we will discuss these interests as a class and what they say about you as an individual. We'll do this tomorrow. Okay, and I'll actually probably throw a discussion question up there for you to answer tomorrow. Okay, so the key thing is for your assignment today, let's watch the video if we can, get a new Google document called interests. Google these 2 statements right here and write me a good paragraph on what you find. Okay. Then we're going to come down here and take this assessment. You're going to write your words down beside the assessment and then write your numbers down next to each. And then finally, it says here, write down at least 2 important aspects about each of your interests. Okay. And then tomorrow when we come back to class, let's be prepared to talk about those a little bit, and we will move on into the second component. Okay. I hope everybody has a great day today. If there's any problems with anything, make sure you bring it to my attention tomorrow. Hopefully, again, like I said, hopefully this video works where you can watch that. If not, we'll watch it tomorrow. And then from there, take your assessment, and we will go from there. Okay. If you guys have any other concerns, any immediate concerns, make sure you email me. Otherwise, I will see you all on Tuesday.